I was walking my dog and or my brother's dog, both our dog, family dog, and I found someone's wallet and some money next to it, like £1 and £1 sterling. Obviously, I'm from the UK, so for anyone overseas, and I kept it just in case, because I thought I should hand it in to like the police or something like that, so that he can get his wallet back. I assumed it was a man's wallet, but yeah, so I assumed it was a man because it's a wallet, but you never know nowadays. But anyway, so I saw it had some money in it and or some money next to it, and I thought I'd open the wallet to see if it's got any details, so I could see if I could hand it in. And obviously, they'd know who it was. So anyway, I went to. I saw it had a library card, so I thought I'd go to my local library, but it's in Smart Hub mode, which means it's. I am actually a Smart Hub member, but. Anyway, sorry for this if it's a bit trivial, but I just wanted to gauge your opinions on this one. But yeah, so I went to hand it in, and the library was in Smart Hub mode. I didn't have, I would imagine, but do you think I should return the money as well? Anyway, that doesn't make it sound too bad, but yeah. So I was having that discussion with my mum, which turned into a slight little argument, but not such a bad one. But yeah, she was saying I should return the money as well. But I was thinking I should get a pizza with it, because it's probably his own fault for dropping it. But I know we make mistakes, but I thought I should at least give him his details back, because that's important for him, and I couldn't be that cold. Anyway, onto the video. Sorry if it's a long intro. Onto the video about my about being a Celtic fan, and possibly I want to discuss why I support Celtic, and I know I've covered a few videos before about Celtic, but I want to discuss a little bit about why I'm a Celtic fan, as well as a fan of Italian football, why I'd love to connect together. So I hope some people out there will enjoy the video. Anyway, so possibly some of the negatives out of the way first. So I would love Celtic to get as much funds or money as possible. Like they do a lot through the foundation for charity as well. So I think that would be good if they give some of that money to charity. But I'd love to see also better players. Well, I think they've got some good players now, but I think it's going to take a while for them to gel. But even better players, perhaps, more strength in depth. Like, so if players get injured, we've got cover for them. Like we see when we're missing one or two players, how difficult it is to recover. And also, yeah, so I was just thinking I probably shouldn't have shared those details in the intro, kind of, but never mind. Anyway, I've shared them now. So, but yeah, so my fears include, like, even if we do get a lot of money, funding, and that kind of thing, it would be it might take us a while to gel and for those players to win, and we're quite far behind Rangers, our rivals. So it does worry me that thinking that maybe it's too little, too late. Like, can we catch them up? I hope so. I hope we'll keep battling till the end of the season, but. Would it be even if we do get the money, will we be able to win things? I really hope we will, but I do fear we won't be able to. And also, I do hope the Celtic fans, will behave as well as possible, act within the law and things like that. So I do worry about. I think on the whole, generally Celtic fans are well behaved, but I really hope they'll prove me right and not prove me wrong. But yeah, those are some of my worries about Celtic, and some I probably can't go into detail at the moment, but. On the other hand, hopefully, obviously I can only do my best and to support the club. And I think, even though I don't get to go to the games or whatever, I think nowadays one way to support a club is financially, because so much money, football is about whether we like it or not. I kind of like it because I think it's interesting, but I understand why some people, anti-capitalists, for instance, who still love football, or there's even socialist supporters of football clubs or whatever. They might not like the fact that you can just buy players, especially at the rate people do, and the fact there's so much money involved in football now that it's hard for teams without money to compete. So I get their point, and also the fact there's so much poverty in the world. Sometimes I do think the money spent on football could be going back towards helping other people. But I think a lot of footballers and even football clubs do a lot for charity, and hopefully they actually do it with positive intentions, not just to look good, or not just not just to look good, or that kind of thing. I think I was trying to say. But yeah, so hopefully they do really actually want to make a genuine difference, not because I'm a great believer that charity should actually make a genuine difference. So some of the reasons why I'm a Celtic fan on that note is because of the work they do for charity, the fact that they are from an immigrant background initially, historically and traditionally, and they support immigrants, which I think they should. I think all Celtic fans should support at least legal immigration and rights for migrants and things like that. And the discriminations they face for being Irish, because they're mostly Irish immigrants generally. I'm not saying all Celtic fans are Irish or of Irish descent, but most, or certainly a lot of them are. I'd love to see more like non-Irish people, like people from immigrant families and backgrounds, and also people of colour for Celtic. Because I think, as an anti-imperialist, I think if you look at Rangers, they like support them. Obviously, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to. Obviously, you should be able to support what you want, but they support militarism. They sing Rule Britannia. They sing things about empire and also about how they killed Irish Catholics and things like that. And so, as I say, even though I'm not a Catholic, as someone from, as a person of colour, a minority, and someone who's an anti-imperialist, and someone who believes in justice, as I would see it, I'd love to see Celtic do well. And I think the S.N.P should support Celtic, because with laws to help Celtic, like even like lobbying for them to have funding, and look at how they can have as much tax exemptions as possible, because as an anti-imperialist it is quite difficult to if I support Celtic, and I'd love to do so financially, but if they have to pay taxes towards things like the military, to choose where the tax goes, so I think that would be really important for me. So I think it'd be great to see people choose generally where the tax money goes. So if you're a Republic supporter like me, you wouldn't have to pay for the monarchy, or if you're want me to lobby for that sort of thing, and put pressure on governments to give people as much choice as possible upon their taxes and where the taxes go and things like that. Sorry, my laptop keeps telling me I'm disconnected, but I don't know why it's saying that, because I can see I'm online, but I don't know why it's saying I'm disconnected. Anyway, it often does that, but hopefully I am still online. Anyway, but yeah, so that's why I'm a Celtic fan, as an anti-imperialist, as someone who supports republics and doesn't really support military or militarism. I know that's a minority opinion, but because of the fact that they're from the Irish diaspora, and I think they went to the Welsh Party, the Welsh National Party, and also Sinn Féin because of the Irish connection. I'd love to see those parties, which also have a sort of Celtic roots. I'd love to see Celts, or people from Celtic countries, and also people of Irish roots. Celtic roots and Gaelic roots, and I think Irish, Welsh, and Scottish people generally supporting Celtic as much as possible, as well as people. I'd love to see Celtic have fans around the world, but I think those three parties should mainly support Celtic, and maybe even Labour, like support the charity work that Celtic does and what it contributes to the local Scottish economy. So I think Scottish politicians, especially from Glasgow, should support Celtic and help it to have youth academies to keep young people out of crime, out of trouble, so they can hopefully lead productive lives, obey the law, and get involved in volunteering and play football and build a connection, be part of a community. So hopefully that will cut crime, build confidence, which again will cut crime, and again give young people things to do. But yeah, so I'd love to see Celtic have as much tax exemption as possible. I'd love to see wealthy owners invest, like people from across Ireland. And that's one of the things why I think about tax exemptions, why I think I'd love to see Celtic get as much tax exemptions as possible, because I think like it'll be hard for people from Ireland and other countries to support to fund Celtic and then realise that the money's going towards things like the military or the monarchy that historically have been oppressive of people from Ireland and other countries. But it would be great to see people from countries that were colonised by the UK supporting Celtic because of the fact, like, of the Irish roots, and the fact that Rangers are tribal sing like Rule Britannia, which is like saying the empire was good, which subjugated, what we call it, in India, China, India, even America and places like that. I think it would be good for them to support Celtic, in my opinion, because of that, especially anti-imperialists generally as well, and people who are colonised. Like even America fought for their independence. So I think countries that fought for their independence and got their independence from the UK, in my opinion, should support Celtic. And again, I think that would be great if they were tax exempt as much as possible. Excuse me. So yeah, sorry this video has gone on a bit. I know I went on a bit on the intro, and also, as I say, I'd love to hear what you think about, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching, but I'd love to hear what you think about what I should do as that moral dilemma. Do you think I should put the money back, which I found, please check out for the intro if you missed that bit. But yeah, so, and what you think of Celtic, and who you think should support Celtic and why, and what your goals would be for Celtic if you're a Celtic fan, or whatever, or if you've got a soft spot for Celtic, even if you support another club, if it's your second team or whatever. But anyone who's got a soft spot for Celtic, I'd love to hear what you think, or anyone who wants to comment. And I am out. Peace and love.